to Career Uprising. I'm your host and professional career coach, Lorraine Rise. Join me as I guide you through an amazing journey of self-discovery and empowerment. If you are looking for work, changing careers, or stuck in a toxic job, then this is the show for you. I offer both practical and spiritual guidance to help you up-level and advance your career. Let's start the uprising. Hey everybody, you are listening to episode 150. You are ready right now. A roadmap to achieving your goals in 2024. Hey everybody, welcome to the first show of 2024. Happy New Year. I'm your host and career coach, Lorraine Rise. So if you want to learn more about myself and my work at Career Uprising, just go to careeruprising.com. And you can also find the archive of the show with all 150 episodes. It's right there, careeruprising.com/podcast. So if you haven't done so yet, take a moment to give the show a rating and a review on Apple. I would appreciate it so much. And it takes 2 minutes to do. And it's the best way that you can support this show, which I've been doing for the last almost 6 years, I think, and in 2024. Yeah. Oh my goodness, time is flying by. So Happy New Year. Let's think. So as we stand here on the cusp of another year, it is, I think, the perfect time to reflect on where you are, where you want to be, how to get there. So today's episode is You Are Ready Right Now, a roadmap to achieving your goals in 2024. And it's designed to help inspire and guide you to your best year yet, I hope. So I'm recording the show a little bit early, still November, but it'll be coming out right around New Year's Day. So Happy New Year to you. And let's kick it off. Let's make 2024 amazing. And you can. It's a choice. It really, really is. So my message today is going to be around this idea of being ready. So as we begin a new trip around the sun, I want you to remember these 4 words. 5 words. I'm sorry. You are ready right now. You are. Whatever it is you want to achieve, do it. Get started. Stop waiting to be, quote, ready. Ready only comes after you get started. And that's what's freaking you out because you want to be ready first and then get started. I believe I heard it said once, I don't know where this came from, said that God doesn't call upon the qualified. He qualifies those who answer the call. God doesn't call upon the qualified. He qualifies those who answer the call, or the universe, spirit, the divine, whatever you want to say. Ponder that for a moment. What is that saying? It's saying to me that whatever it is that is calling you, this inspiration, this goal that you have, this change you want to make, you want to write a book, you want to leave your job, you want to change careers, you want to quit smoking, you want to quit drinking, you want to lose 30 pounds, you want to find the love of your life, you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck finally, whatever it is. You are ready for it now. And that's why you are feeling the call. That's why the inspiration and the idea to do it has come to you. So if you are feeling that call and that desire, it means you are ready. As long as you say yes, and you are willing to try it and get started, you will become qualified in the process. Life will qualify you as you go, but only if you're willing to say yes and answer the call. I love this and I live by these words. I tell the story a lot of how if I had waited to start Career Uprising until I was ready, I would never be here. I wouldn't be talking to you today. I was not, quote, ready by anybody's standards. I was 31 years old. had only 8 years of post-college working experience, and I quit to go coach other people twice my age and tell them what to do in their careers. That is not logical. Nothing about that makes sense. That doesn't sound like ready to me. Does it sound like ready to you? It's not. But I felt the call and the desire and the inspiration. And so I said yes. All right. So I'm going to tell you some more little quick stories. I'm going to paint you a picture of what things looked like for me when I started Career Uprising. Now it's almost 9 years ago to where I am today. And I want you to listen and take inspiration. Okay. Like I said, it's been almost 9 years. Do you know how different my business looked when I first started? I cannot even tell you the difference. I was so low tech, inexperienced, naive, and quote, small back then. I started out meeting clients at local coffee shops. I would meet at a Starbucks or whatever we had because I didn't even have a home office set up. I do now, but over the years, I eventually fixed up the front room that I'm in now here right next to our front door in our foyer. And I graduated to bringing clients into my home office and letting go of the Starbucks meetups. I actually gave myself some office space. But now, even further, I've graduated again to no longer bringing clients into the home office, and I have a staff to coach my clients for the most part now. So I graduated and evolved again. You have to be willing to get started and let yourself grow and progress and evolve. You have to be willing to be small and to be amateur and be not good at it when you first do something new. You will never get good until you get started. So let's talk about my website too. I wish I could show you what it looked like when I first got started. It was awful. It was awful. It was cheesy. It was half empty. It was embarrassing. And I say that not in a bad way because my husband made my website and it's fabulous. And him and I have joked about this. Both of our skill level has evolved so much. We'd never taken on anything like that before. So I'm not saying he didn't do a fabulous job. He did. But we both were willing to get started and have it be very, very much imperfect. I would actually be mortified today if you saw the website that I released and that I was willing to put out there and publish to get started, which means it was the perfect time. I did it anyway. Today, I have a robust site with email campaigns, a client portal, an online store, my podcast archive. It is incredible how far I've come. And there is a quote that I love. I think it's been floating around out there. It comes from somebody, I don't know who he is, named Reid Hoffman, but I heard it through the show Silicon Valley, which is hysterical. I love that show. And he quotes Reid Hoffman and says, "If you are not mortally embarrassed by the quality of your initial release, then you have released too late." I love that. And they're talking about software releases, right? And websites. Whatever that release is, your first coaching package, the first book that you write, the first company that you start, even the first job that you get. Maybe it's not that great. If you wait too long to make it perfect, it's too late. You should be embarrassed by what you put out there. Those words are gold, and I live them. I'm so proud that I was willing to have the courage to get started without being perfect and even close to it. So, speaking of also mortally embarrassed, also, let's also talk about how little I was charging when I first started my business. I used to work for nearly anyone who would pay me. Really, I just wanted to get paying clients. I was just happy to have anybody pay me for something. It was amazing. I initially charged like $100 for a resume, and I think coaching was about $50 an hour. I still have this clear memory, too, of this one time I decided to get really brave, right, and increase my fees to $75 an hour. Woohoo! It seems crazy to me now, but that's where I was. That was like a big and bold thing to do. Well, now a resume is like 5 to 800 and coaching's 250 an hour. And as it should be, because I'm so much more confident and experienced now. And I have such a huge body of work. But so it's okay to get started and be small. It's just a reflection of where you're at the time. But obviously, you're not going to stay there. You're not going to live in that space forever. But just get started. Okay? You can't conquer the big mountains without conquering the small ones first. All right. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I have 3 actionable steps for you to help you get started on your goals for 2024. So we'll take a quick break. Be right back. Hey there, listeners. Thanks for tuning in to Career Uprising. I have some exciting news for you. This show has been going steady since 2018, and I have amassed well over 100 episodes so far. So I decided to do something big and bold. I put the best of all of my teachings together in a book. That's right. I have a brand new book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all the major outlets. It's called What You Didn't Learn in School: Lessons on Growth, Change, and Living Your Best Life. This book contains 30 powerful lessons from my podcast and my work as a career coach to help you live your best life. Learn how to increase your confidence, get rid of imposter syndrome forever, finally get clarity on your career path, and so much more. This book covers everything from careers to finances to health to relationships and more. Head over to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or your favorite book retailer and pre-order your copy of What You Didn't Learn in School. Then go to my website, careeruprising.com, to learn more about how Career Uprising can help you transform your career and your life. Let's get back to the show. All right, you guys, let's wrap up with a few takeaways here. As you ponder those stories that I just shared, I hope you can appreciate those. I wanted to show you a before and an after and be proof of what is possible for you. If you're in the before now, that's okay. There will be an after and it will come faster than you think, okay? So in order to achieve your dreams, you first need to define them. Write down your goals. I'm a big proponent of this. I love writing things down. Obviously, I just wrote a book. You know, I love writing. I love communicating. But I want you to put them on paper. I think that they take on meaning when they hit the paper, the words, that they're more real, they're more tangible. I am always journaling and writing down goals and things that I have achieved. It's amazing. And then break them down into smaller goals. I'm also a big proponent of setting small goals and working up to bigger ones, okay? Success breeds more success and more confidence. So give yourself some confidence by achieving something small first, okay? And celebrate those victories along the way. Remember, your goals are the roadmap to your success in 2024. So define them and write them down. Number 2, be okay with fear. Acknowledge and recognize there is going to be fear and imposter syndrome in there. Whatever it is you're trying to do, you will probably get scared and try to talk yourself out of it. Let the fear come up. You don't need to push it away. We're not going to live in that space and make decisions from that space, but we're going to let the fear be there, okay? It can be a big roadblock if you get tripped up by that fear and lean into it. So acknowledge the feelings, but don't let them control the narrative. Don't let them make your decisions. I always like to say fear goes in the back seat, not the driver's seat. Okay? It can come along for the ride. It can be in the car. It can even voice its opinion, but it doesn't get a vote. Fear gets a voice, but not a vote. There is a difference. Okay? Just like you can be a passenger in the car and be along for the ride without driving and deciding where we're actually going to go. That is the best analogy I can give you for how I want you to have a relationship with fear and imposter syndrome. Don't let it stop you, and acknowledge that it will be there, at least in the beginning, maybe it's a little bit always, as you go along in the journey. And that's okay. Third, the mind is a powerful tool. Cultivate a positive mindset and focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. I love visualization. That is something that I use a lot, picturing success. If I have a big day or a big event or something coming up, whether it's the day before or even the week before, it doesn't matter. Whenever I'm thinking about it, I will close my eyes and visualize it happening as an amazing success. I'll see, what do I look like? How am I walking? What am I wearing? Am I talking? Am I laughing? And focus on the emotions that you want to feel and just really see it happen for a few minutes. I do this all the time. It's amazing. Your thoughts shape your reality. So foster a mindset of resilience and optimism. You're the author of your story. It's corny, but it is true. So what do you want the story to say? So define and write down your goals. Be okay with fear and use your mind in a thoughtful and strategic way to visualize and anticipate the success that you want. So as we step into 2024, remember, you are ready now to transform your career and your life. Set bold goals, overcome your fears, and harness the power of your mind. Okay, get started today. You will be so glad a few months or a year down the road that you did. And when you do, and you look back, I hope you are mortally embarrassed by how you got started. All right, that's it for my first show. Happy New Year. And I will be back in 2 weeks with another show. Take care, guys. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard today, please consider giving the show a positive review on iTunes. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help to spread the word so that others can learn about the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to connect with you again next time on Career Uprising.
This show is brought to you by inflowradio.com. The best curated talk radio network for personal development, wellness, spirituality, and conscious business.